Hello again, I'm back to do another retro trailer reaction, and this is an old film I remember loving a lot as a younger person. Not that young, but younger. From 1982, it's another fantasy movie, The Sword and the Sorcerer. This is another one we had on video and that we used to, watch quite a lot actually. Or I can remember now, I remember a fair bit. But I see this, well, I thought I'd remember a fair bit of, Hook the Slayer and Kroll when I watched them, but it was kind of like, my memory obviously isn't as good as it was. It was a long time ago that I watched it, but I remember him being nailed to a cross at the end, and he rips the nails out, and he's got a sword that it's a three-bladed sword, and two of the blades fly out. Blades can fly out and kill people. I seem to recall, and I can't remember what the story is though. But let's check it out. It's quite a long trailer. Oh, it's got some bonus thing in front of it, by the looks of it. Here we go.
Listen now of a time long past.
Oh, yeah.
When sorcery thrived and wild adventure was forever in the offing.
Now, I remember this bit for some reason. I think there's all these archers all ready to take someone out, and he pours some oil, and sort of flows in a river, down between them, and then he sets fire to it, and they all get caught on fire. There he is. There he is, nailed to the cross thing, and he actually pulls it. He pulls it out, pulls the nail out with his hand stuffed, with a nail driven through his hand, and he grips hold of the nail, pulls it out. Tough as old boots, that fella. I can't remember what his name is, though. There you go. The sword blade flies out. It's an awesome bit of kit, that is. I remember a role-playing game I used to do. I think it was one I made up myself called Warriors and Wizards. My mate, he had a sword that could fly out and kill people. Because it's cool.
A deadly sorcerer is called out of nightmare.
I remember it a bit.
By a ruthless king driven into evil.
I'm not sure the name of that actor, but I'm pretty sure he's been in loads of things. I'm sure he was in loads of things in the 70s and 80s. His face rather, looks very familiar. So I'm sure, but I got a feeling his name was Martin something or other, but I could be wrong. I was going to scroll down there and see if I could see anything in the description, but no, let's just keep it playing.
And the mystical sword
Look at that.
is forged for a mighty warrior who rises out of legend
to
topple a kingdom. The sword
and the sorcerer. There you go. That's where he poured the oil as those all standing there ready to fire their arrows. He poured oil down and then he set fire to it. I'm going to have to dig this one out again, actually. This one I wouldn't mind seeing again. Actually, all the ones I've spoke about so far, I wouldn't mind seeing them again because, I obviously liked them back in the day, so why wouldn't I like them again now? But I think he kills the sorcerer with his flying sword thing. I'm pretty sure that's how he takes them out.
Tell us where he is and save us all.
It's quite dark, isn't it? It's a bit hard to tell what's going on. There's not much light in this sword and sorcery universe. I'm trying to remember. I don't recognise the actor who played the hero. I can't remember the name of the guy of the character was even. All I remember the name of the film, Sword and Sorcerer. I don't remember. Yeah. I mean, quite a lot of these films, you think you'd recognise more actors, You'd think like the main star would have gone on to other things, but I don't remember seeing him in anything else. I don't even recognise him at all. It's weird. It's so long ago since I've seen it. I've just got more like impressions of memories and actual memories, But it looks sort of like it looks like a good fun action romp.
Your brother from the king's dungeons for one night with you.
Ooh.
It's a slim bounty for such a task.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that line. Oh, yeah. That's such a trope. I'm sure that's a trope. I'm sure that's been done loads of times. In the blinking, the warrior ends up accidentally getting into the harem of the king. I'm sure Conan's done that. Didn't the Scorpion King do that once in a movie as well? That's such a trope. And someone was doing on my channel, we do Cover Slinger Showdown, and someone was showing a comic book cover of Red Sonja, and she was like, it looked like she'd sort of got into a room full, and it was like full of half naked women, and it was obviously the king's harem or something like that. It's just like it's a well played fantasy trope, I'm sure. Oh, I say.
3 hours time. One man will control the entire civilized world. Power. Cromwell's bride.
That's right, yeah. I'm sure the king stole the hero's girl and was going to marry her. I think he has her like mesmerized or hypnotized, or she's taken some kind of concoction potion to make her pliant to his whim. But the sorcerer's going to double cross the king. I don't think he wants to take the woman for himself, and so our hero has to step up and kill them both. Oh. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Struggle between good and evil that determines the fate of an entire dynasty.
Dungeons and Dragons. No, that's a movie that's come out this year. Dungeons and Dragons. There is a Dungeons and Dragons movie, but Sword and Sorcery is also like it's the Sword and the Sorcerer, not Sword and Sorcery, but it's the Sword and Sorcery is the genre, isn't it? It's the fantasy genre, Sword and Sorcery. And the Sword and the Sorcerer. Yeah, it just makes sense. And it's not bad action actually. Looking at the fight scenes, they look pretty cool. Even like what's this bloody 40 years later. Jesus Christ, how time has flown. Yeah, it's 40 years ago this film came out. But it still looks pretty decent, actually. The props and that and the special effects don't look too terrible. Obviously, it's like early 80s. There's like the magic is just these fingertips glowing and little crackles coming out of them. And but I remember the scene where he gets nailed up is quite bloody, I thought, where he rips the nail out. It looks like, I thought although they were obviously in a blinking fantasy movie and like an action movie for kids, well, not quite for kids, but probably, I can't remember what certificate it was actually. It might have been in a bit of a higher certificate. I can't remember, it might have been a 15 or an 18. I don't think it was an 18, I don't think it was. Because I don't think there was much nudity in it. But I think maybe it was a PG. I can't even remember now. But I thought it was played very sort of straight. Played like, not played for laughs, not like Dungeons and Dragons movies, I don't think, but just a straight up action, like fantasy kind of film. Had a few laughs in it, like landing on their face first in the cleavage of the harem lady, but it wasn't like nowadays. It's all done in the Marvel movie style now, isn't it? Where there's a joke every 5 minutes. Now they don't but I kind of like applaud the fact that they played it more or less straight, to take their own oeuvre seriously, to take their own genre seriously and not make a mockery of the genre they were trying to portray. It's like everything has to be a comedy nowadays. It seems like all the superhero movies have to have comedy every 5 minutes, to the detriment of the bloody well superheroes action, if you ask me sometimes. But anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get on with the rest of this. I think we've seen all the best bits now probably, but I do feel like watching it again though. Serpent and Splendor.
Wizards and witches. Danger and desire.
Ooh.
And the mightiest of all heroes. In the greatest of all adventures.
Sword and the Sorcerer. Oh yeah, that was cool. That was cool. What's that? Was Night Creatures, 1962. I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Maybe I'll do a retro trailer reaction on that one, and for a film I've not even seen before. But yeah, that's Sword and the Sorcerer. That was a good film. I enjoyed that. It was definitely. I think it's like a higher production value than Hawk the Slayer. I think Hawk the Slayer came out the same year or roughly the same time. But this was a more Hollywood, from what I recall, was a more Hollywood kind of production. A bit more budget going for it. The action was less wooden. The the special effects were more impressive for its time. So yeah, but yeah, definitely a good movie. It has some great action, some great scenes in it. So, yeah, I like the sword. The sword was cool. And, yeah, it was just generally all over cool movie. Actually, I had no problems with that film at all. Yeah, I do kind of feel like they need to maybe watch it again soon because yeah, it's cheesy as crap for now. You look at it, you go, oh, this is just nonsense. But it's good fun nonsense, you know. It's like leave your brain at the door, just enjoy the overacting, the action, the world that they've created for the purposes of this movie. I'm surprised there wasn't a sequel. Actually, I would have thought, because it was pretty. I think it did pretty well in its day. I know. I mean, I think it was popular. I certainly liked it. Me and my brothers and cousins and friends all liked it. I'm sure we watched it a few times. From the video that we had it on. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this retro trailer reaction. Let's have your reactions to my reaction down in the comments down below. And give me a sub up if you want to catch some more reactions from me in the future. Hopefully I've sorted out the sound issues now, because I've realised that recording it straight to this computer, the sound issue is too low, so I'm going to put it on another computer and raise up the volume. So hopefully it's not too quiet. I don't accidentally deafen any of my friends like I did because they had to put headphones on, and then the advert came on, nearly blew their eardrums. So hopefully it doesn't happen. Anyway, and why not give me the old thumbs up, because we all love a thumbs up, don't we? Anyway, cheerio for now.